For my young audience, if you don't ever listen to another video I make, listen to this one. Follow God now. Don't wait. I wish with every fiber of my being in existence that I would have been following God earlier on in my life, in middle school, in high school, in my first couple years of college. Because man, you are missing out if you don't. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 reads, "Remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of trouble come, and the years approach when you will say, I find no pleasure in them." Don't that sound like our world today? People are miserable out here. People are lost out here. People are running to the wrong things, and I'll tell you why. It's because they didn't seek out a true relationship with the Lord while they were young. And life started lifing, and they started digging themselves into pits with all of this sin, and they put themselves through so much extra trouble that they didn't have to. Listen to me, man. I put myself in trouble so many times by not following God when I was young. And when you're young, man, you want to live, you want to experience, but man, you are headed for destruction doing that. And maybe you'll listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Because when mom telling you, when dad telling you, when your elders telling you, you be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Y'all used to live wild when y'all was young. Let me do it. No. Give your life to Jesus. You ain't missing out on nothing. But by following Jesus, you'll gain everything. Following Jesus at a young age is going to set you so far ahead of your peers. They're going to be focused on the most meaningless things of the world, but you're going to be following God, which is going to be elevating you. Not only in the world, but also in your spirit. You're going to be so much more mature and spiritually wise than everybody around you, because they're going to be so surface. They're going to be so shallow, but you're going to have such a deep-rooted connection with the Lord. Not to mention, the Lord is a safeguard, and he who follows the Lord will save themselves from extreme measures. What does that mean? That's scripture. And I might not have said that verbatim, but that's a scripture. Following God will protect you from the problems that a lot of youth are gonna run into. A lot of people out here, man, they're going to get themselves into a lot of trouble going out partying, drinking, doing drugs. They're going to get in trouble with the law. They're going to get in trouble out in the world. They're going to get in trouble at home. But following God is going to keep you protected. A lot of people are going to be in trouble financially. A lot of people are going to be in trouble with stress, with so many added things, because they follow in the world and they listening to the devil. They letting the devil control and dictate their lives through the music they listen to, through their activities they're doing. But following the Lord keeps you safe in every avenue. It'll keep you safe at home. It'll keep you safe as you go out into life. It'll keep you from avoiding the extremes. Following God is the win. And I know what it's like being young, bro. I mean, I'm not no old head yet. I'm still 21. I'm still in college. I know what type of things you worry about. Like, oh, people gonna judge me. Or, oh, people gonna think I'm weird. So what? Whose approval are you looking for? The creator of everything, or the people around you who in 5 years are not going to be anywhere around you? I'm sorry to tell you that the 10 people you clicked up with right now, in 5 years, 10 years, you ain't going to be clicked up with none of them, except maybe a couple of them. And those will be your closest ones if you connected with them. So you worried about all these opinions who don't even matter. But the one person that's never going to leave you, the one person that's always going to be there is Jesus. And if you just follow him, he has everything in this life that you're going to want. And don't you dare have that mindset that says, oh, I'll just follow God later. I'll pick him up later. That's a dangerous game. Dangerous. Dangerous. You don't just get to say, oh, no, I'll say I believe in Jesus now, but I'll live for him later. You ain't guaranteed tomorrow. It's 50,000 people today that are going to leave their house and not make it back home. You ain't guaranteed nothing. And another risk you run by putting off God until later is running the risk that you'll never have a true relationship with him. Because the longer you put him off is the longer you'll pick up traits of the world, and the longer that you'll deepen yourself in evil spiritual forces that will have you in chains and in bondage. You better go ask people that have waited so long to accept God. Everybody that waited too long to accept God, that really found him, they all say the same thing. Man, I wish I would have never missed those chapters with the Lord. And I tell you what, it's cool to follow Jesus. It's cool to believe.